Happy Easter, everyone. We are cooking today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Leanne Ely. I'm from savingdinner.com. We're the original menu planning website, and we are here today to talk about how to make a quiche without a recipe. So all of these cooking lessons are designed to have you go into your kitchen, into your refrigerators, into your pantries, pull things out, and just cook without having to measure and do all those things. And quiches are one of those things that are really easy to do, especially if you forego the crust and just make it like a quiche. You have to understand what quiche is. It's essentially a custard. You've got milk or cream and egg, and that makes a custard. And when it's baked with all the savory ingredients in it, it is delicious. So we're having a little bit of a storm here, so hopefully we're gonna hold on to our internet. Anyway, let's start. The first thing I did is I have an 8-inch pan here. I believe that's an 8-inch. An 8-inch pan, quiche pan. Yeah, you want to measure that? It's 8 inches. And with an 8-incher, you're going to want about 4 eggs and about 3/4 of a cup of milk or cream, whatever it is that you're using. Again, remember, it's going to be quiche. So I buttered that up really nice and preheated the oven for 350 degrees. These are just some things that you just need to remember. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to get our eggs taken care of. And I think I shared this with you before, that when you're cracking eggs, one of the things you want to do is whack it on the side of a counter, not the bowl. The bowl, that's how you get those, that's how you end up with shell in there. And you get a better crack right down the middle. These are little pullet eggs, you can tell, because they're little tiny ones. And so I'm doing, like I said, 4 eggs. That's all you need. And it depends. I mean, obviously, if you're doing something bigger, if you're doing a much bigger pan, then you're going to have to go larger. But the ratio is about 4 eggs to about a cup of milk. To this, I'm going to add about a cup of milk, and I can just pretty much, that's about it. Again, you don't have to be exact on this. This isn't brain surgery. It's a simple custard. That's all this is. And the cheese is going to work to help bind the egg and the milk together. We'll give it a little whip with your wire whisk. There we go. And to that, we're going to add about, I'm going to say about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And again, we want enough black pepper so that we know that the black pepper's in there. But, you know, to taste, however you like it. There we go. And I'm using Mama's Italian seasoning. This is a bunch of different seasonings. This is from Ava Jane's Kitchen. We use this a lot. Ava Jane's is wonderful. You can find it on our website. Go to savingdinner.com/Leanne-recommends. And everything is there. You can order their avocado oil as well, which is really wonderful. And there we go, nice and seasoned. That was probably, I'd say about a 1/2 cup. So that's ready.
1/2 cup?
Probably, I mean, 1/2 teaspoon, sorry. Yeah, 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, now.
And to clarify, you said milk, you use cream.
You can use milk or cream. Yes, milk or cream. Now what we're gonna do is put this, all of our ingredients into the bottom of the pan. Okay, it's really simple to do. This is just basically putting a bunch of stuff together. I have some ham here. I've got some green onions. And I went to the kitchen, I went into my refrigerator and saw what needs to be used up. I've got these tomatoes that I roasted earlier this week that need to be used up. I've also got some cauli rice that I made last night. Remember that when I made those shrimp and grits? I'm gonna use that up too, because all it's gonna do is add flavor to it. Your quiches will never be the same because they're always gonna be whatever you have in the refrigerator. And that's, I think, is a great thing. So I'm gonna start first of all with these green onions and get the rest of these chopped up. I had these left over from our lunch today. And so it's important that you always use up what you've got. And what I do then here is there we go. What I'm doing here then is just getting everything evenly distributed as much as I can onto the bottom of the pan. So wherever it seems to be missing, that's what you do. Now next I'm going to do my ham, and I just am going to, let's see here, there it is, make some cuts. It's going to be pretty hammy, it looks like to me. Okay, I'm sure you've made quiche Lorraine or had that before. It's delicious. Now, understand that the quiche, the stuff is not going to magically all float up. It's pretty much going to congregate on the bottom, but that's fine. The milk and the cream and the eggs and the cheese will all make this thing work out really well. Okay? And this is what I'm going to do for this, because I just can't figure out how to otherwise get that in there. I'm just going to add it to the egg mixture. This is the leftover faux grits that I made yesterday. And that'll just work out really well, I think. There we go. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm going to get some of those tomatoes. I'm not going to add them all, but you can see I roasted them with some herbs and some garlic and olive oil. And I did a nice slow roast, and it makes a nice flavor. I put a little paprika in there too. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut up a few of these tomatoes and add them in. And anything that's left over in here, I'm probably going to freeze up, and then I'll throw it into the next stew, the next soup, the next spaghetti sauce, whatever it is that I'm making. But what we're doing here is just adding a little flavor component, which makes it kind of tasty and yummy. I think that should be it. I'll take that out of here. Over to yonder. Okay, now just sprinkle it off around. Sprinkle, sprinkle, little star, little tomato. I probably could use a little bit more, but I'm not going to. All right, and then to this, we're going to do the egg. Mark's like, more. No. Well, maybe one. One for you. One. Just one. Come back, little Sheba. There we go. That better? It's just a little more even, isn't it? Kind of. You could do this all day long if you wanted to get real perfectionistic about it, but we don't want perfect, we want excellent. Remember that? That's our mantra. Okay, next we're gonna do, this is my secret, I always add a little bit of Parmesan and not just one cheese. The Parmesan adds depth and flavor to this, and it helps, I think, to keep it tasting good. So I'm just doing a little bit of Parmesan over the top. And then you're gonna want the recipe calls for like about a full cup if you had a 9-inch. And I've got an 8-inch. So I'm gonna say about 3/4 of a cup. Come on, friend, don't be too, there we go. I think that's about right. And again, you're just trying to cover the ingredients, that's it. And then you cover the ingredients with your custard.
Oh, I know the answer to this one.
What?
Would there be foods you would not add to this particular quiche today? For example, leftover mushrooms.
Yes, I would add leftover mushrooms all day long.
In a split second.
In a split second. Yes. And then here's something else to look at. If you see, like mine, that you don't, it seems like it would be better with just a little bit more liquid, it's simple. All you do is this. Take a little bit of your cream or your whatever it is that you have. I'll just do the rest of it. What the heck? That's all we have. And then I just would get a fork and do a little bit of this and get that in there. Get it mixed up a little bit. And there you go. Yeah, you could do another egg in here. Again, it's just, I was looking at like, I don't want to use too many eggs. How many eggs do we have? But I have some eggs, and I don't want to use them all. There we go.
Question about the cheese that you used.
Yes. So I used a Mexican style cheese, which, you know, basically has about 3 different cheeses in it. These blends you can find all over the place. You can use just about anything. Whatever you have in your fridge, that's what you need to be using. So let's say you have a block of cheddar. For heaven's sakes, use your cheddar cheese, you know. If you have some Swiss, if you have some, you know, jack cheese or whatever you have, whatever's sitting in there, just, you know, the thing is, quiches are like soups, and they can handle pretty much anything. You just have to remember a couple of basics. And the basics is make the custard. And then don't over bake it. If you over bake it, it becomes really rubbery and awful. So the magic time, you know, and again, I always say this, you have to check the temperature. Sometimes people have temperatures in their, or rather they have ovens that don't register what the actual temperature is. So if your oven is known for cooking fast, then look at the 30 minutes, 350 for 30 minutes. If it takes longer because your oven is maybe cool, then, you know, longer, you're gonna wanna go to about 40 minutes, okay? But that's it. See how lovely this is? Take a peek. It's all ready to go. I can't. If I if I tip it over, it's gonna tip over. That's it. And this will make a great breakfast. It'll make a great lunch. It'll make a great dinner. We're gonna have an arugula salad with this with dinner tonight. That's gonna be our meal tonight. But if you have any questions, and if you have any ideas of anything that you'd like to see cooked, all you have to do is drop me a line at support@savingdinner.com. And if you'd like to become a supporter for us at Saving Dinner, small women-owned business for 19 years now, all you have to do is become a subscriber, a member of Dinner Answers. And Dinner Answers is our answer to what's for dinner, and however you eat, as long as you're eating real food, we can help you out. From vegan to paleo to all the stuff in between, we have a plan for everything. Plus, you get access to our database of thousands and thousands of recipes, so you can completely customize it to fit your taste. You get a meal plan for the week with a customized shopping list. How do you like that? So, if you want to do this, go to savingdinner.com. It's $7 a month. We give you recipes, menus, and shopping lists every single Tuesday, and you help out a small woman-owned business. How do you like that? What a great exchange, I think. Happy Easter to all of you, and peace be with you all. I appreciate you. Bye.